Can I see you tomorrow night?
Sure. But don't you mean tonight?
Yo, it's Cube. If you've been watching, you see me go from 0 clients to stacking testimonials, case studies, and signing real deals. But getting clients is just half the game. Keeping the clients, that's all about service delivery. In this video, I'm going to be going over how I run ads for both e-commerce and lead gen, and how I read the data to get real results. There's a lot more to running ads than just boosting an Instagram post and praying it works. I treat every ad account like a funnel, from the offer to the ad copy to the creative to the landing page. Every piece matters. That's why on my onboarding call, it's all about alignment. What's the goal? What does success look like? What are we tracking? I don't run ads blindly. I track every piece of data and we make decisions from that.
I thought it'd be pretty helpful if I broke it down in like a funnel form. So here's that. Welcome to that. This is the meta campaign structure. So when you're running meta ads, this is kind of what a campaign looks like. Over here, campaign, obviously, that's kind of like the big overall what everything's inside. Then you have 3 ad sets. You can have as many ad sets as you want. You could have 1 ad set. You can have 6 ad sets. But an ad set is basically how we, there's more information in there just to kind of narrow it down. That's kind of where your audience is, some other things about interest and stuff. Then from there, under each ad set is where your ad copy is. So that's the actual ad. So every single one of these is a specific ad that has a new creative and a new ad copy. So this could be a video, this could be a reel, this could be just a regular photo. Doesn't really matter. They can be the same. But there's normally 3 or more underneath them. So if I was running a cold campaign, right, the whole objective is to find that winning ad. So the money comes from the campaign. It gets dispersed into each ad set. Whatever ad set ends up performing the best, we'll scale all the budgets go into that. And then from there, if that ad set's performing well, we find which ad copy is performing the best and then put the budget towards that one. So if this one performs the best, we put all the budget towards that one. So basically, we found the winner out of all of these. Knowing the metrics. So there's certain things that you look at only for e-commerce, and then there's certain things you only look at for lead gen, right? ROAS, so return on ad spend. It's kind of in the name. It's how much you're putting in to make back. Cost per click, so how much it costs for one person to click on your ad. Cost per link click, so how much it costs for that actual link to get clicked. Click-through rate, so how many times, or how if people are actually watching the ad. Cost per result, so whatever that objective goal is in that campaign, it's how much it costs for that result. Conversion value, so when you actually get somebody purchases something, it's basically just how much it's worth. And then frequency, it's how many times the ad is being shown to the same people. Lead gen, a little bit different. Cost per result, so that's kind of like cost per lead, because that whole campaign the whole goal of it is to get leads, right? So it's basically how much it costs to land a lead, right? Cost per click and cost per link click, exactly the same as this. Click-through rate, exactly the same, like how many people are actually going through the ad. Form conversion rate, this is very important. So for lead gen, if you're not bringing them to a landing page, if you're having them fill out a form inside the ad manager, the form conversion rate is basically leads divided by link clicks. So out of all those link clicks, how many are actually converting and filling out that form? Because maybe it's a form issue and not an ad copy issue. Frequency, again, how many times that ad's being shown to the same people. Okay, now just understanding the metrics. So we kind of went through everything, but let's just kind of understand them, right? The most important for e-commerce is ROAS, so return on ad spend. Anything more than a 2.50 to like a 4 is completely scalable. The higher the better. So you want your ROAS to be good. You want to have a lot of return on your ad spend. Most important for lead gen, cost per lead, obviously. Around $10 to $30 for local service leads. Anything under $20 cost per lead, completely scalable. You want it to be cheap. The cheaper, the better. How low do you have to pay to land a lead, right? Okay, diving into like actual other metrics, right? The click-through rate. Are people even interested in the ad? That's kind of what you can tell from that. If it performs well, then yeah, they are interested. If it doesn't, they're not. Cost per click, are you wasting budget? CPM, cost per 1K impressions, is the creative getting good delivery. Cost per result or cost per lead is the offer converting. A lot of times there's certain things that, it tells you in the ad. You just have to understand the metrics. Time on site as well as the bounce rate, do they care enough to stay? Is the offer that compelling? Each metric tells a story. You have a bad click-through rate, your hook sucks. Your high cost per click, your targeting is off, and low ROAS, your offer needs work, or you're not retargeting properly. Okay, that's about it for the Webflow. Kind of broke it down to exactly some things that you should keep an eye out for, as well as when you're setting up these campaigns, what it looks like. Super important stuff. It might get confusing at first, but overall, it just takes time and practice. And yeah, meta campaign structure. Let's get it, baby.
Now that you know how to run the ads, let's talk about keeping clients long term. Weekly updates, clear reporting, full transparency. These are just some things I do to make sure my clients trust me. That's how I run ads for over 15 ad accounts at the moment. I don't just get clients, I keep them long term. If you're serious about running ads and trying to learn this yourself, there's a link to the Discord that's completely free where we host weekly calls and answer one-on-one questions whenever you guys need. Appreciate you guys watching. Next video, I'm going to be talking about how to book meetings through cold calls. Let's get it.